Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video, and this time I'm posing a question based on a video that I saw a little while ago. Rich of ReviewTech USA, huge channel, awesome guy. He did a video that spoke to me and I thought, you know, this would almost make a good question for the community. He did a video about, he just got God of War, and he was streaming it, and he was finding the controls were different, and he was having a hard time wrapping his head around it, and he said it's the first time he's actually felt too old to play a video game. Now, he's younger than me, and I experienced this years ago, and I thought I would ask out there for maybe gamers of my era, or maybe if any of the younger guys, Swifto for example, if you want to chime in, feel free. Is there a game, or what was the first game that you thought to yourself, I'm too old for this stuff? For me, I played many games in my youth, and I was kind of the best of my friends at it. Played a lot of Atari in the arcades. I was doing really, really well. So I thought, oh yeah, I've got this video game thing in the bag. And one series that I really liked was the XWing series from, who made it? Well, it was LucasArts developed it, but Tom Holland, I want to say. Put his name down below. The XWing series was awesome, and I loved the first game. I love TIE Fighter, which is honestly, to this day, one of the best Star Wars games ever made. You are a TIE Fighter pilot. You are fighting the rebels. It's cool to be the bad guys for once. It's got a very in-depth story. TIE Fighter is amazing. Then they re-released them with better graphics, and you know they were actually able to apply textures to all the ships, so it was re-released on CD-ROM. Wow. And I got that, played it to death, and I loved it, and I was a master at it. And then the next game in the series came out, XWing versus TIE Fighter. I thought, yeah, I'm so good at this flying X-Wings and TIE Fighters, totally gonna get it, totally gonna dominate that game. And that game kicked my butt. And I think, now this was early in the days of like, you can use your modem to connect to other people and play in this online space. This is amazing. I think the creators of X-Wing versus TIE Fighter may have scaled the difficulty, assuming a lot of real people were going to be playing this game online together. Because I got into a couple of those levels, you can play against bots, just single player-ish. And I was just getting decimated left, right, and center. I'm like, what is going wrong here? Why can't I play this game? I'm really good at video games, especially X-Wing type games. Got the controller, you know, the joystick and the keyboard and everything. I'm doing everything that worked fine in original X-Wing and TIE Fighter. Why can't I play X-Wing versus TIE Fighter? What's going on? And this was also around the same time that games as a general home experience were becoming harder. Not so much on the PC side, but we are talking in the era of like Megaman and Contra and that kind of stuff, where it was like, well, of course, everybody's got to be incredibly good with their controller and jump and be pixel perfect on every little leap that you do. And I was just like, oh man, I used to be so good at video games, and now I'm too old. I'm part of a bygone era. That sucks. Now I've since moved on, and I can play games. I'm not very good at Mega Man or any of that kind of stuff. And I don't really like that era of gaming where it was like, you have to be really good or don't bother showing up to the game. I was like, I don't enjoy that as an experience. As an example, the one that came out after X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, X-Wing Alliance, awesome game, love that one. Actually kind of important to my gaming history, but I'll do a video about that at some other time. So I just thought I'd post a question out there if anybody wants to chime in. What was the first game that you played, if it's happened to you, that made you think, I'm getting too old for this stuff? I'd be curious to see any replies. Now, next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.